Okay, we're live. Part two.
All right.
Yeah, what was I saying? Yeah, basically, I think, if I can remember,
About things you're doing,
yeah,
kind of influenced by
yeah,
outside.
my actions. I just feel like my actions have been a lot of my actions have been based on it's been doing it for other people. As much as I might not felt like I was doing it for other people, I was. And I think it just seems to be black and white now. Like, it just seems that I don't get too excited about things that I used to anymore. Like, when I used to go to the club I went to is because, oh, you might as well come, like let's just do something, man. Let's just go out. We go out. Like, in my mind, I knew what the scenario was going to be. We're going to go. We're going to have loads of drinks to make us feel up for that moment. Therefore, I get to please other people in the process. But it wasn't that I wanted to drink that much drink. Like, it was influenced by other people. And that I really want to be particular when I talk about this, because I don't want it to be that this had nothing to do with anyone else. Like, this is to do with, like, how I see it. I don't want it to be like, oh, I see these people doing this, like, I think that's wrong now. It's like, do what you want. Like, I think everyone should just do whatever the fuck they want to do in it. But yeah, what I realised is that everything that I really wanted to fucking do, I'm not doing. All the things that I really truly want to do, I'm not doing. All the things that I've been doing have been influenced by this trying to please other people. And because of that, I'm realising, I'm thinking, it's hitting me, it's thinking like, rah, what have you been doing all this time? Like, we talk about love life here.
Yeah.
But this is tied in. This is all within that. Like, this is because being in a relationship is making me realise a lot more things now. Like, it's making me even realise that, like, that fast food mentality, it's just not done me any favours. Like, people say, oh yeah, like, things happen for a reason. Like, yeah, maybe all that crap that I'm talking about, that goes to me is crap now. Maybe it was to make me get to the stage, maybe, yeah. But I'm just really curious to know why it was so strong, and why is it so powerful? The influence. Why was the influence so powerful when I was doing those things for other people? Like, when I was doing things like for reaction. This post will get about 50 likes. Let's do this. Like, don't get the 50 likes.
But that's probably why.
Yeah.
That might be some of why.
It's that concept. It's like the social media concept, but in real life. Like, imagine you post
the fact of wanting to receive validation.
Exactly, it's the validation.
The approval. Which?
Approval. Like, this wasn't a case before. But before social media, this wasn't a case. Like, this wasn't really.
But it was always been there. People just found different ways to do it. Whether it's because they would, do you want to go around the back of the, like, bike sheds when you're at school?
Yeah.
Have some fags.
Yeah.
Like, whatever it was. Again, not to say because fags are wrong or anything like that.
Yeah.
I'm talking about because you're saying about, like, certain things of doing things that you maybe didn't really even want to do. That you were influenced to do. Because if you don't do it, why you being a pussy? Why this? Why that? Instead of like, yeah, nice one, mate, nice one, because you're getting the because yeah, and like, in a way, it's seeking love in a way from, like, outside of you, and I suppose when you want to stop seeking love from outside of you, does that mean you wouldn't have the fag still or take a selfie? No, but your whole experience in space of if you do it and why you do it, it's completely shifted and different.
Yeah, it's really shifted. It's like, maybe you said to me Snapchat, you just don't understand it. You remember?
It's me though. It's fine. You might have fun with it, but
now I'm going to tell you.
Huh?
Now I'm going to tell you this.
What?
I've deleted the app.
Have you?
Yeah. And you know why I've done it? Because I started looking at it and I was just thinking, I'm recording myself doing things. Like, and as much as there was some parts of it, it depends on your intention in it, but there's a part of me just thinking, why is that important? And like, it got to the point where I'd be watching a circus. I was in Andorra.
You was watching what?
I was in Andorra.
Yeah.
Last month.
Yeah.
And yeah, my Snap story is funny from start to end. Like, it was funny. Like, you got to see me in the car, I was singing in the car. You know, I was with Sylvia. Like, you know, oh, look at this. This looks amazing. Yeah, this. Yeah, it's all nice, isn't it? Like, but it was like, ultimately, it was done for people who are watching. Like, that's it. Like, there's no other way around it. It was to have other people watch in on my life.
But that's what it was. That's the key thing. Not because you're recording yourself.
Yeah.
But why you was doing it.
And then I got to the point where I was at Cirque du Soleil.
Huh?
I was looking so sick. And all I had to do is put my phone in my pocket here and just watch the show that I paid for here. And my phone was coming out, recording snaps of the show. And it hit me, and I was just like, you're more focused on recording the show, like, than being there with the show and watching the show and enjoying the show. Yeah, you can take a picture if you want. Like, you know, no one stopped me from taking a picture. It's not like a crime or anything, but I just realized how I wasn't present in the moment, and like how, why is it so important for me to snap that? Like, and I had no answer for it. Like, I had no answer for why it's important. Like, it's not like loads of people were snapping about it, like, oh, that looks really cool, man. And like, oh, you're in Andorra, yeah? Like, for all I know, no one saw it. Like, it didn't matter. Like, what matters is like the action that I took. Who is that for? And I was thinking, like, when I snapped it, who is it for, though? Was it for me to go back and go, oh, yeah, I remember that. Yeah, so I remember when I was a Cirque du Well, guess what? I've got a memory back here that I can do that. I don't need the phone. And it's going to be left for my phone in 24 hours anyway.
Huh? What?
That's how it works. Like, the story deletes itself after 24 hours. So that's the concept. It's like, yeah, fair enough, great. It makes sense if someone wants to follow someone, they have to keep on track with their lifestyle. But if they miss out 24 hours later, they miss what happened, and that's just them. They just missed it. In the celebrities world, they're a big fan of someone, and you like their craft. That's a good look, yeah. If you want to just now, I wonder what this person's up to. Yeah, cool. But like, I could do it. There's nothing wrong with doing it. There's nothing thing wrong with doing it. But it's just like, really looking at my time, how it's invested, and ultimately what's it achieved. Like, what's it actually achieved? Like, the thing is, the difference between what we're doing now and that is that we're having a conversation. Like, this is an actual conversation. You're in London, I'm here. We're just having this conversation, and some people are going to see it and some people are not. I understand that it's similar, yeah, with the snaps. But the thing is, the difference is my intention for this. Like, my intention is to just be open with you, like, about particular things. We talk about love life, we talk about life in general, how we deal with it. I don't feel like this is like, oh, what am I doing, man? But at the same time, there's loads of things in my life at the moment that I felt were prioritized in the wrong way. Like I just feel like I want to be in control versus being controlled. And I feel like I've just been controlled. Like the little things, like things that you think you have a say in. Well, I chose to go on Facebook and scroll up the the news feed?
Mm.
I don't think so, man. Because that's just a habit, right? That's just a habit of me doing that. Naturally, just, oh, what's going on there? Okay, cool. But it's just there for me that if I'm not going to do what I really want to do in life, why am I so scared to die?
Why what?
Why am I so scared to die if I'm not doing things that I want to do in life anyway? It's like, if you're so scared to take on these things that you really want to do, what's the point of living? Yeah. So we sit, like, for example, I might do 5 days a week of work, and then at the end of the shift, like, oh, fucking hell, it's a shit day. That customer this, that customer that. It's like, by the end of the day, if World War III happened and everyone was getting blown up, I'm going to be the first one shitting myself, yeah. But I'm carrying on like everyday shit, like when I'm at work, or you see what I'm saying? It's like not appreciating life. I'm scared to die though. Like, so it'd be good if I was doing something else, just doing things in life, and things going great, and then bang, dead. Like, oh my god, you had such a talent, man. He died too early. He was ready to go places. Like Amy Winehouse, for example. So, you know, she was in a great stage in her career, and then she died because of, you know, whatever, maybe the drugs or whatever, yeah. And she took a different direction. Like, look at Danny Finrod, like, she really could have been something special in life, and like, she really could have made a difference. She's really still making differences to other people's lives, like with her music. People listen to her music, and it's making them get through days and stuff like that. So I think to myself, like, the amount of complaining I've been doing about, oh, the job's trying to kill me. The job's not trying to kill me, man. I chose the fucking job. I chose the fucking job, and now I'm complaining. These fucking bosses are trying to kill me. Gave me a contract, told me very clearly that this is the things that we're gonna have to do in the job. Yeah, if the system's shit inside in the workplace, leave the fucking job. And it's the same way I feel about life. It's like, if you don't like the way your life is, leave the fucking life then. But then it's not about taking your life. It's not about taking your life. But it's about it's not about taking your life, but it's like, well, why are you not doing the things you want to do then? Why are you playing so small then? Like, if look, we're scared to die, but then we're scared to also live the life we're living, so we would maybe get intoxicated. Some people, like I said, I'm going to go from my reference.
Yeah.
Many ways that I have chosen to come out of reality, alcohol or drugs, two things, yeah, that I've used to be away from the typical living, which is go to your work, do your job, get paid, pay the rent, you know, the typical things in, you know, in life that you deal with, the pressures that you deal with in life that are all to do with yourself and your insecurities, yeah. I've chosen ways to get myself away from that. It could be music, it could be watching YouTube, it could be closing myself from the world, it could be drugs, it could be alcohol, yeah. Now, there was a period in my life where alcohol in particular was a very, very strong element in getting away from life. And I found it that if I don't do it, that I felt weird about it. Like, oh, I'm not had a drink. I don't feel I can have a good time now because I'm not had a juice. Like, it got to that point where I felt like if I was in a discotheque, if I was in a club.
Junior, can I just say something? Your mic sounds like there's something going on with it. Can you hear it?
No.
Like when I talk, does it sound like crackly?
No.
Because when I'm hearing you, it sounds crackly, but I don't know if it's just because of what I'm hearing it through, or if it's your mic.
No, how about now?
Yeah, it sounds crack. It does sound crackly. I don't. But anyway, we've been doing it most of the episode with it like that anyway. But I just wasn't sure if it was. It's only now I just started thinking if
it's been recording like that.
Yeah.
Now from my side, I can't hear anything.
Okay.
But been talking a lot here, but it's this internal dialogue yeah, that's just going ham
Mm.
on things I'm just realizing that's controlling my direction in life, and realizing that I've not really been playing a part 100% on what I want to do, my choices. Like, very clear, that's a no. Don't fucking even try and get me to say yes to that. I'm a no. Like,
But isn't it that you've been letting it control you?
the thing is, now I'm realizing
Is it that?
that's not that I've been letting it. It's just that I haven't realized that it's been controlling me. It's just like a blind spot.
Okay.
And therefore, now realizing, oh damn, that's been happening all that time. It's like, how did I not see that? Like, how did I not see that that man was buying up like £200-300 worth of shopping on the weekend when I had the money, because I had the money. It's like, again, this is my experience. People do what the fuck you want. If you want to spend 300 on clothes, all your wages, you want to spend all your wages on drink or alcohol or on clothes, do it. But for me, I realized that I was doing it, thinking, oh yeah, I've got the money, I might as well do it anyway. But now I'm realizing, what was you doing, Mike? What was you doing? Why did you do it? I know why I did it. It was to please other people. It wasn't because, I bought this, I'm happy with this garment. I don't get, the whole world hates this garment. I like this garment. The garment was for attention, yeah? The alcohol was for the Dutch courage, the confidence, so to speak, that I feel I didn't have. But if I have alcohol and I've got the confidence, what's the difference between me just creating the confidence myself? Like, I already had the confidence, like, it's brought it out of me. Like, I guess that's what happens. But it doesn't mean I never had it. It's not like, oh yeah, alcohol, created all of this confidence now in me. Like, it's like it was there already. Like, but it's just realizing that a lot of the choices I made were stemming from that. And I want you to understand that when I'm talking about this is not about just life. Like, this is all attached to love life. I'm going to bring up again because it's making me realize that, like, if you're with someone and you want and your intention is to try and make the experience work as best as you can with them, you have to think about how the choices that you're making in life. And I started thinking about the choices I've been making in life and thinking, wow, like, you need to start making some choices that are really going to make a difference to the next couple of years, even the next week, the next month.
Can I ask you though, is that stemming from the same thing, what you've just been talking about with all those other things, to please someone else?
The choices,
or is it coming from, no, like, that's what I want to do, and it just so happens to have a ripple effect of pleasing someone else as well? Because that potentially is one of the pitfalls and traps when people get together.
But the thing is that the companionship that I'm trying to create,
yeah,
the team that I'm trying to create, requires me to be the person I really want to be. The person that I really want to be is only important to me now because I've got someone else who is expressing to me how important I am to their experience, but not because I'm making them happy, but it's just that they're making me realize that I've not loved myself very much in the last maybe 10 years. I think my childhood, I think I had the most incredible childhood. I don't think I could have had a better childhood, if I'm honest. I think I always refer back to childhood and think,
yeah, some certain moments you remember.
Childhood, like, I think my parents did very well in terms of that department. Like, I got everything I wanted to get.
Yeah.
To make me who I am today in terms of like the great attributes that I have that majority of people would say about me, and those all stem from my childhood.
Yeah.
Anything else is all stemmed from my thoughts of myself after when I got insecure based on influences maybe from other people, from school. I don't know. That someone might have said, oh, you're ugly. And it's like, what? I never heard that before. I just had my parents tell me that I'm bright and this, and my family say this, and you're now saying I'm ugly. It's like, what? And that girl saying, like, you know, you're too skinny. What? I'm too skinny. I didn't realize that. Oh shit, maybe you're right. Like, and then looking to that person and comparing myself with that person. Oh yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe I'm skinny. And now I've got to be insecure about this. It's like, there was a point in my life in childhood.
Yeah.
That means such a big difference to me now. Like, oh my God, I'm worried about what people think and all this stuff. Did not matter. Like, it didn't matter. But still me. It was still me. Like, in a childhood, that was still me.
Yeah.
If anything, that was the best me, because it was the person who wanted to be an artist. It was the person who loved to draw, loved animation, loved all these things. And if I said to my parents that I want to be an artist, they would say, you're going to be an artist. Whereas if I say to someone now, I want to be an artist, as an adult, not everyone's direction, not everyone's perception is going to be that I can be an artist.
Yeah.
What they think. But there's going to be many people that are going to judge as an adult, because it's like you're trying to compare. It's like Nevaeh. Look at Nevaeh. She's growing up, and anything she says that she wants to be at childhood, we're all going to tell her she can be that, right?
Yeah.
But there's going to be many times, like in her, maybe a teenage, like she might be a teenager or she might be an adult, and she might say those very same things. And I guarantee you, the odds are going to be different in terms of how many people are going to push her to want to be that and not.
Yeah.
She was still Nevaeh when she was a child. Like,
yeah.
So how are you going to be telling her now when she's an adult that she can't do that thing? And that's the thing. It's like I'm now seeing things in black and white, thinking, wow, how could I have wanted to be an artist as a kid, but now I'm influenced so much by what people think now. When then I didn't care. Like, I didn't care about it then. Like I wasn't seeking for approval. When I was at the table and my parents were maybe just in the kitchen cooking or whatever, and I was just doing drawing, I wasn't doing it like, oh yeah, can't wait to finish this drawing so I can show mum and show off. Like, no. Like, I was just drawing because I wanted to draw it. Like, that was it. Simple as that. No one to try and please. Like, I just fancy drawing. Now it's like that there's an influence. Like, okay, so if I draw and this is a banging piece, I might be able to make 2 bills for this, yeah, or you know, I might get a couple 100 likes. Like, it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, as much as I don't want that to be the context it is, because if I post something and no one likes it, in my head it's like, wow, no one liked it though. Do people like it or not? But does it matter?
But isn't it like, just see it for what it is? Like, you've created this thing, you've produced this piece of art, and you're making it available and you're sharing it, and no one likes it. Like, for example, if you share it on Facebook,
no one likes it. On the social media level.
Yeah, on the social media, yeah, if we just you get 0 likes.
Yeah, exactly.
That's it. But that's all it is.
Exactly, that's what it is. But there's still a way that we feel.
You get 1 million likes. But that's all that is.
Mm.
It's the bit. It's where someone can go after it. I got 0 likes. Oh, I got 0 likes. Does that mean it's not good enough? Do people not like it? Oh, maybe I need to do something different. I got 1 million likes. Yeah, I got 1 million likes. Yeah, people like it, man. Yeah, yeah, that's me, man. Yeah, woo. Versus just like that got 0 likes today. That got 1 million likes today.
I just feel like I'm
not saying to not appreciate when you get feedback that to you looks positive, but it's just remembering it as that's just someone's feedback, and I appreciate that feedback, and that's good, but that has no real massive determination on the facts of how you think about it. Because that is the work, like around, like when you said about like I share it doing the book, and if I share it to 1 million people, but only 1 person likes it, you know, I'm gonna feel a particular way or whatever. Yes, but how I choose to create how I'm going to feel about it. It's up to me. Because, yeah, when I'm writing it for the joy of it. And then once I make it available and I share it, I'm making it available because I would like those who are matched to it to receive it. Now, for example, if only in 5 years, for example, with one book, only one person likes it, I can appreciate, yes, that one person likes it. But then I'm also going to have a look at, okay, forget about that one person. Like, yeah, that person likes it, but also, how can I get other people, not how can I get other people to like it? Because we're not going to be able to get people to like it. But we can have a say in terms of how much we promote it, whatever we're doing. Share, let me say share, whatever it is we're doing with people. But we'll never have a say about whether someone's going to like it or not. And that's the thing. That's the trick. That's the thing that we've been tricked with. Like, if I act this way, if I do that, if I manipulate this, or if I say that, if I wear that, that's going to make that person do this or da. And then you can get in that habit of doing those things that people like that. Now, of course, there's times when you do like, I want to wear that because I want to wear that. And then people end up liking it. That's cool. It's not about not enjoying when people like your stuff. It's just not being dependent on whether people like your stuff.
But it's
not letting your happiness be dependent.
What do you think? Like, if we talk about the childhood thing, where it didn't really matter too much, you weren't too sensitive so much on those type of things. Yeah, maybe some children grow up differently. Yeah, so maybe there's some things that trigger them. But what I'm trying to say is that, like, where did it come from? Reacting the way we react to the feedback. When did the feedback become a thing that was like? Was it when social media came? Because you said that no, that it's been happening before. But
can I ask you why it matters to you right now? I've got some things, but why does that?
Because I'm just so intrigued that it has this impact. Like, it's not about the people. It's not about the people liking that's not the thing. It's the expectation, so to speak, that's there of something. Like it's the way that you have the ownership on something, and you want it to be received well, and it may be received well, but just not received in the way that you think is measured as being well. So, like, for example, you might have 10,000 in your account.
Yeah.
But for someone who's rich, who has millions in their account, then going to 1,000 in their account, 10,000 in their account, there's a particular way they're going to feel about that 10,000 that you're not. I know for me, 10,000 in my account, I'm going to get gassed. Yeah. For most people, will get gassed if they just have 10,000. Fair enough. Like, I'm not saying it's the most money you can ever have in the world, but there's a majority of people who would be like, "Wow, I've got 10 grand in there." Wow. Like, but what is it about that particular thing that makes you feel, oh yeah, like, and the thing about not having the 10 grand that makes you feel like, oh, just like the person who had a million has gone down to 10,000.
Hello.
There's a trigger. It's like I want to touch on the trigger, like the trigger that's making. Is it expectation? Because the whole thing about like me doing a painting and it not being received in terms of like what my expectation might have been, or your book, you release it, but you have it available to millions of people to see that is there, and like the measurement of, okay, so how many people who've seen this now are going to purchase this, and it not happening in the way that you want it to. Like, what is it that triggers the care? Like, that's the thing. Like the reason I want to know is like, why is it that we will care? Because we will care, but why?
Okay.
Why is it so important?
But you're saying a few different things. Like in regards to that, why I'd care, because obviously if I want to share it with loads of people, I want those people to read it. That's why I'd care about it.
Mm.
But there's a difference between caring about it and being attached about it. There's a difference between caring about it and being dependent on it. Like my happiness being dependent on it. And when you said about like, oh, someone's got 10,000 or someone's got another thing, like you got that feeling of yeah, or like, well, it's because of what that person's making that mean.
It's the meaning.
And then what you said about the childhood thing,
the triggers.
like, well, how did it? What? Like, why did where did it start from? It did actually. It started like when we literally kind of came into the world.
Mm.
Like we kind of got trained. We got developed to care about what other people think of us.
Mm.
You don't even in childhood. Good boy, you get a star.
That's the thing, actually.
Bad boy,
you did it.
You want to be a good boy for mummy. If you want to be a good boy for mummy, then you would go and do the chores. Because if you do that for mummy, you can make mummy happy.
Fuck, that's the trigger. That's the trigger.
Subconsciously, like when those things were happening, for example, parents as well, it's not that they were doing it like deliberately, but that's just like, oh, you do that for mummy. Like it depends on how it is. Like obviously I don't know how it is in every household, but like if it's of this kind of nature, like, oh come on, do this for mummy, it'll make mummy happy. But you see the children. You see some children rebel. You see all children rebel, but some rebel longer. You see some, but I don't want to. What do you mean you don't want to? Naughty. Maybe you get a clip or time out.
No.
So subconsciously, from a very young age, we were developed in caring and seeking approval from others. And some form of attention. And depending on, the kind of way it was, some people more went down the good route and some people went down the bad, like the quote unquote bad route. Just labels, but as in like, all right, well, I'm going to be the bad boy then, or I'm going to be the bad girl. But they're still getting approval, still receiving some form of validation because they're still getting feedback from adults.
Wow, man. I learn a lot from kids, sir. I learn a lot from the child that we were.
Yeah.
And the children around you and what they say and their questions and their inquiries. Like, you can learn a lot from it. It's so interesting how the context of child and adult is that the adult knows better. I've always come from adult knows better. And we've held on to that so long, and then you become an adult and you realize the adult doesn't know better at all. It's madness.
And it all stems from learning. I've got to do these things, or I've got to behave in these particular ways to make these people happy.
Mm.
And we've all learned it. So they're doing that with us when we were children. I don't want to go to bed right now. It's bedtime now. No, I don't. They want to make us happy. All right. For example, that's a kind of a lame example, but
No, it isn't. It's,
you know what I mean? Like, so we're all doing it, or we all have done it. Like, I'm not gonna say we're all doing it, but we all have learned to do that. And then over at some point, like you kind of, huh? Like the whole Matrix thing, like the unplug, like the fudge have I been doing? Like you said, like, am I doing these things because they're for me, or am I doing them for other people, to please other people? Now, of course, you don't. I get also as well. You don't want to necessarily do things to make people miserable. But if it's like, oh, I'm going to do this because I want to do it, and then it has the ripple effect of pleasing others, then that's great. Sometimes it might not. Like, for example, let's take what you said about love life and being in a relationship and stuff. Someone could stay in a relationship knowing they're at a point where they no longer want to stay in that relationship, but they stay in it because they're such a people pleaser, or whether it's because they're people pleaser, but they want to please that other person, they stay in it.
One of my biggest fears, man.
Versus, actually, this is what I want to do, and they do it, and the other person for that period of time may not be happy about it, but in the long run, in the bigger picture, it's going to be much more well-serving for both of them, because there's someone who's no longer doing something they don't want to do, and there's someone who's no longer with someone doing something that they don't want to do in relation to them, which has them pretend.
Wow.
That's why loads of insecurities and stuff comes up, probably. I'm assuming, I don't know. Like, in relationships, like when you get into romantic relationships, because once you start having, it's not just romantic. Obviously, it can be in friendships as well and stuff. But like, it's like, you know, they said about being a mirror, like they're a mirror for you, to show your own reflection. And like sometimes I don't know if I've read this somewhere, if I've thought this, but like I wonder sometimes, like with relationships, they bring up things for you to be able to heal them, things that you might not have been aware of that were there to heal. Like what you're saying, you know, what you said about like loving yourself. That's something you've really been able to notice in the context of being in a relationship with Sylvia, which is something that could be quite beneficial and if in the process of healing, and not healing because there's something wrong or something needs to be fixed, but as in just your journey, just part of your journey, just part of your painting as Junior is beauty expanding. And sometimes, like, you know, the whole thing about diamonds and they're found in like the dirt and the coal and all that, like it's kind of like that polarity. So so like, yeah, there's a lot of things that come up, like that can come up on me that might have been hidden or a blind spot for you in a relationship, but then equally life just provides it for you anyway, and it's like whether you're really willing to listen or not. Yeah, I don't know what else to say about that.
Yeah, wow.
Huh?
I'm feeling like I'm just referring back to like if these things are important to me. I'm talking about a relationship for me, or is it because I want to please? And
it's not a wrong thing to want to, obviously, you know.
Yeah, definitely clear on that. That is not a wrong thing.
It's just like remembering, like you're not
It's not all, yeah, because
able to make them happy.
it's just realizing that
Anyway,
because my decisions have been based on making the other person's experience better, whether it be friend, family, girlfriend, work colleague, whatever. Like, it's now looking and thinking, well, like, is it just something that's a pattern I'm just used to? And now just really honing on what are the things that you really want for yourself? Because you say that you're not doing things for yourself because you're influenced by other people. So it's like, what is it that you want? Now that you are clear on that, what are those things that you want to do? And it's like, if I'm sharing my journey with someone else, it has to be like in order for my journey to be the way I want it to be, for me, obviously, I have to care what the other person thinks and please them a little bit, because I just think it's just about a balance of it. I think there's nothing wrong with me doing that, but as a whole scheme, I've just realised that as a whole, most of my actions have been to please. And now just realising that, hold on, like there's nothing wrong with doing that. You don't have to just wipe that out completely from your life. But it's just the intention, I guess. The intention.
Again, there's nothing wrong with wanting to please people. It's just knowing that, as I said, being aware about like people's happiness is down to them. You can add to it, but then in terms of the pleasing, like, are you pleasing someone because you want to please them? Are you pleasing them because you feel you have to please them? You know, obviously, if you're someone who's quite caring and kind and you like to make a difference to people, you're going to want to do things that can inspire people to feel good.
And that's the place I want to come from. So what you just said there is just bang. Like, I want it to come from a place of what my action did was inspire the other person. When it inspired the other person, it made them feel good. But it wasn't that I did it to make them happy. It's just that I inspired them by just doing what I actually felt was right for me. But they got inspired by it. Versus doing it because I want the result of them being happy. It's like, I can't force anyone to be happy. I get that. Like, I can't force Sylvia to be happy about every action that I do in life while we're together. Like, there's going to be moments where I may not achieve that. Like, but if I come from the place of I want to inspire her, I want to inspire anyone who sees anything that I get up to.
And why?
Because I know how hard it is to, I know, like, basically I just look at it from the perspective that I feel that there's something within me that has been unlocked about the greatness we have within, yeah. And
what?
Just,
what?
There's something that's shifting for me, that's making me realize the greatness that everyone has within.
Yeah.
And that greatness has to do with love, yeah. And as much as I don't always come from a place of love, I know that many people who have met me know that there is something there that's different and unique to what I do to what other people may do in their life, and that they acknowledge that there's something there, Mike, that makes me trust you, or makes me inspired by you, or makes this or makes that. And I'm clear that there is me holding back on a few things that's going to make a huge difference to people's experience in life. So, like,
but why? You know, why? Why do you want to inspire other people?
The reason I want to inspire, because I know what it took for me to get even to where I'm now in terms of the mind state.
Why do you want to inspire other people?
I guess because it makes me feel good, man. Like,
yeah,
yeah, I like just like seeing a victory, man. I just like seeing someone victorious. Like, that's just something that brings me joy. So if someone says that I inspired them, it's not like, oh yes, I'm the man. That's not, no, it's like,
no, I wasn't saying anything. Yeah, that's not what I'm going at either. I was just like, why do you inspire people? Like,
yeah, that's the thing. That's the difference. That the difference between the inspiring side of it is that I get happy for them, not that I get happy that they are happy for me. If you know what I mean, it's like, I like the goosebump feeling of that.
why is the floor on the floor?
Huh?
Why is the floor on the floor?
What's the what?
Why is the floor on the floor?
Why is the floor on the floor?
Yeah, you remember that? You remember that?
Damn, what's that from?
That Mark, in the forum.
Yeah.
Remember ice cream? Remember the hot ice cream?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So, but did you? Oh, maybe you did. Maybe that bit because they. All right, someone might have said something different. Did you maybe got the ceiling? Why is the ceiling on the ceiling?
Mm-hmm.
No. Okay, didn't get that one over. All right. You know the whole chocolate.
Chocolate banana thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What one? Just choose one for a second. Huh?
Could it be anything better than ice cream? Huh? Okay, obviously I just got to choose one, and it doesn't matter which one I choose. So, fucking my head's doing some stupidness. This is irrelevant. But vanilla.
All right. Why did you choose vanilla?
I don't know. Just I had to choose one, so I chose one.
Do you remember this exercise?
Yeah, it's like I chose chocolate or I chose vanilla because I chose vanilla. Like,
all right, thank you. So yeah, that was So why is the floor on the floor?
Because it's on the floor.
Huh?
So yeah, I get it. Like, I want to inspire people because I just want to inspire people. That's it. Like, there's no real reason to.
No, but that's not what. Yeah, but that's not exactly where I was trying to go with it. Even though that is the case. It's like inspiring people.
Right, okay. Now I know why I want to inspire people.
Why?
Because it makes life worth living. Like, inspiring people makes life worth living. In the same way that someone loves to sing, it makes them.
But what if you didn't inspire anyone else for the rest of your life?
Hmm?
What if you didn't inspire anyone else for the rest of your life? Is your life going to be not worth living then? No.
If I'm honest, yeah, man. No, that sounds crazy, but really, like.
But that's you giving your power away. It's giving your power away.
But what would be the point then?
Happiness away. Because you're saying if I don't inspire people in my lifetime, then my life isn't worth living. And look, it's very commendable what you're saying as well. Like I hear that, and I'm not trying to deter you, encourage you from wanting to inspire people. It's just again of the place you're kind of coming from.
Mm.
It's no different, really, to the whole. Oh, let me do a selfie, or when you're talking about the Snapchat and blah blah. Because you're doing it to please other people. And if that's your main driving force, then when you see that you're not pleasing people, it's going to have a huge impact on you.
Bang.
I'm not saying for it to not be a motivation for you. I'm saying if it's your primary motivation, then you are going to be unhappy when you don't inspire people.
Okay. So you're getting closer, Ash. You're getting closer. So therefore, that's the case. What am I living for?
Why'd you like drawing? Or not? Why'd you draw? I mean, kind of just said it there.
It just gives me a good experience. Like it's a common experience.
When you were a kid and you were drawing at the table, why were you drawing?
It's just a common experience. It's just like
But you as a child weren't thinking, oh, this is going to be a calming experience, so let me draw.
I think I just liked it. Just fascinating. I was just fascinated by it. That's it.
Exactly. You just liked it. You just did something you liked. You liked it. And you still like it. Most of the time, probably, I'm assuming. So it's like, another thing you like doing is you like inspiring people. But look, you like drawing, but there's days when you're not drawing. Are you unhappy? Like, if you don't draw, does it mean you're not going to be happy?
No, there's always something else.
It's going to be something that adds to your happiness. I'm using that word just as a general thing as well, because it might not be happiness. It might be like joy for you, or like calm or aliveness or something like that. I'm just being general when I say happy. What did I just say? Are you gonna let? Yeah, you gonna let your happiness? Is your happiness dependent on whether you draw? So why are you letting your happiness be dependent on whether you inspire other people or not? Still, or not still, but are you letting that be a factor too? Like, all right, here I am. I'm in my life. I'm Michael Anthony Lawson. This is the life that I want to live, or this is the life I'm choosing to live. It's the life I'm choosing to live. This, that, yeah, just doing a couple of things I like doing. Bam, 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 dead. And then along that journey, along that way, there's going to be all these like beautiful fruits that would have come from you doing the things that you liked. But if you're doing it because you like it, then you always have a say over that. But if you're doing it because, let me do this drawing. If I do this drawing, that's going to make that happen. Make that person do that. Now you're not just doing it for the joy of it.
In particular, the experience of drawing doesn't come from what's going to happen after the sharing. The drawing just happens, and I enjoy it great.
Yeah.
Because it feels so good when I'm doing it. When I'm done, it's like the only next thing I feel like doing at that point is sharing it. But I've already had my experience of joy, calm, whatever those experiences that I get when I do it.
Yeah.
Then it goes to another platform, which is a platform that then gets the opportunity to be critiqued or shared or admired or whatever it may be.
Yeah.
And then from that point, it's like wanting to still stay aligned with how I was when I was drawing. The same feeling that I had, not having it that when I draw. And now this is something completely different. And relate to it differently. It's like I want to relate to it all as being the same. Like, because no one's actually watching me draw. No one's on my shoulder. There's not like an old audience watching me do this.
Yeah.
So why does it matter if after it goes onto a platform for people to see? And it's not like, and the thing is, with the whole things that I've been doing around the art, it's not like it's having bad feedback. That's not what the thing is. Like, that's not what the issue is. Because if I see something, I saw that look really cool. Like, it's cool, but it's not about that. It's just about the way my experience is very different when I share it to when I'm actually doing it. I want them to be the same. There's no expectation of drawing. It's just like, okay, but like I look at it, and when it's done, it's like I'm happy with this. Where it is now, done. It's like I almost want to feel like if I didn't share it to anyone, that I could be okay with that. And if I share it to people, that I could feel the same way as if I didn't share it to people. And that trigger.
Because when you finish drawing it, you feel satisfied.
I feel satisfied, exactly.
And then you kind of feel satisfaction.
Seeking from the share as well.
Yeah.
But satisfaction shouldn't, it's not that it shouldn't, but I don't want to have any more satisfaction anymore. Like, but it's still there. And I think what you're talking about when you're a child and you try to please your parents, and there's loads of examples of like, even your teachers or whatever. I think that's where it stems from, man. Just wanting to please. Like, look what I've done. That's ultimately one of I'm sure that's the deal breaker when it comes to childhood, is that when someone rejects something they've done, it's like, if you made an effort to do something and you get put down for it as a child, that's something that's going to stick in your memory forever. And it's going to play a part in, well, obviously, not landmark, the things that happened, that you made it mean something, the vicious circle.
Mm.
Then, oh shit, that means I'm this, that, and the other. And then for the rest of your life, you're this, that, and the other. And you play the role of this, that, and the other when you were not even that before that moment happened. And it's like, you definitely pinpointed where it first happened for me. Is childhood, around 7, 8 years old.
Mm. So what if you were to like go with kind of what you just said there, some of what you just said, like when you go to share things, whatever feedback you get, you just don't make it mean anything.
Mm.
You just take it as that, like, you know, like if we just take the like thing, for example. All right, 2 likes. Doesn't mean anything.
And it actually doesn't, but this is the thing.
500 likes.
It doesn't. Like, but it's like with it's the Instagram thing. It's like when you post something on Instagram, you're so used to seeing some people with ridiculous amounts, and then some people with whatever they have, and the comparisons of like that person's getting that because, and as much as you know very clearly that it doesn't really affect anything, it doesn't make a difference. There is no difference between that person's 10,000 likes and your maybe 2 or 3 likes. There's no difference between you both. But it's the fact that you feel that there is, and that feeling's already come up.
Because of what you make it mean.
Yeah, and that's the things that you made me realize today, is that it's what you're making it mean. That is the trigger, and the people pleasing is coming from the childhood. It's just like a little thing that you developed from a child, like it's repetition. So where to go from there is come from the kid who was drawing at the table, and it wasn't to say, "Mom, look at this." It was just drawing. So I can't remember the moment of drawing and then showing, "Hey, Mom, look at this." Like, it might happen, but I can't remember that. I can't remember it being, okay, I'm drawing here, and after this, I'm going to show everyone what I've done. Like,
another way of looking at it is that you just did the work.
Just did the work, yeah.
That's what your focus was on. You just did the work. Like, that whole thing as well, the whole playing football. Like, keep playing football. Like, you just playing football. Just keep playing football. You weren't looking at. You weren't. From time to time, it's yeah. Oh, I've scored that many goals. Cool. All right, let me just keep playing football though.
Mm.
Not like, oh, I'm going to play this match and I'm going to score 10 goals. Oh, it depends again. Each person has their own process, but it could be like, instead of, for example, oh, I'm going to, in this football match, I'm going to score 10 goals. Let's not say 10. Let's say I'm going to score 5 goals. I'm going to score a hat trick. Let's say that. Instead of I'm going to score a hat trick in this, it could be like, in this match, I'm going to make sure I have 12 shots. So I'm in the game now. Cool. Playing football. Shot. I had 12 shots. Oh, and there's 12 shots. I scored a hat trick. Okay, cool. Or maybe not. Okay, cool. You're going to be like, yes. But I mean, it's inside of that. Or I had 12 shots, scored 2 goals. Like either of what I just said there, there's not one that's like better or anything like that. It's just, again, like what's going to have you not be attached to the results and outcomes, because that's all it is. Feedback, response, outcomes, results, they're all the same kind of thing. Different words that we use for them. but they're all things that are outside of us, and we all at times get attached to them, some more than others. And it's finding what works for you that's going to have you not be attached to the results. Because let's take this, right? What you said, Jeff, about the book. I share it to 1 million people. One person likes it. Now, ideally, like would have like hoped more people would like it, right? Out of 1 million people. That's kind of where we're going with it, yeah? But that one person, they liked it. What if that person was like, I like your book so much, I want to actually make your book into a film. And I actually want to invest in you to write another story. Now, that's in that context of, well, that scenario of one like. What if I shared to millions of people and I had 500,000 people like it? And of half of those million, 2% bought the book. What scenario would you say, in that sense, seems more fruitful or more, woo? That one I just get, like, if we're going to compare, that is, right? They're both great in their own way. But if one, in terms of those two, there was only one person who liked it, but 500,000 who did. If you were to say which scenario would I prefer, obviously I'd say the one with the one like. But then again, who knows? Would I? I don't know.
But that's the thing.
I don't know, because only one person knows about it. I'd rather more people know about it. But then who knows? Again.
Here's the thing, though, is that I'm clear that there's people that may see things and do not like it to validate. Yeah, I like it, but they might actually already like it. It's like there's been many YouTube videos I've seen. Sick video. Why didn't press the like button on all of them?
Yeah, same man.
There's many videos I've watched on YouTube before. This is sick. Like, in fact, Ibram Hicks. Every time I watched an Ibram Hicks video and thought it was sick, I never pressed the like button.
Yeah.
If I saw a music video, I didn't press the like button. But did it mean that I didn't like it? No.
Exactly.
That's the thing. It's me making the meaning that the person that pressed it liked it, and anyone else that saw it didn't like it because they never pressed the button. But it doesn't matter how many people press the fucking button. It doesn't matter. It doesn't. You shouldn't have to press the button. Like, I should have to go on Instagram, and everything I like on Instagram, I press the like button on all of them. Like, everything that I see that I like on there, I spend the whole fucking day pressing like buttons. Like,
these are all things that you have no control over as well. I mean, when you're liking stuff, yeah. But I mean, in terms of people liking your stuff, you don't have control over it.
exactly.
You just focus, keep your focus mainly on your work.
Yeah. But it's just the fact that, like, when does it become why is it relevant? Like, and I guess it's the meaning. What he said now makes it make clear sense. Is that the meaning that he made up for it, what it means, and how it makes you, how valid it makes you. It's like almost with money, like how having more money makes you feel better about yourself. Like, but really, it doesn't matter how much money is in your account to make you feel better about yourself. It doesn't matter how much is in your account. That doesn't value when I'm wearing designer clothes. It doesn't value me as a better person than someone else. But it seems to be something
that's the other thing. What you just said there as well. That's the other thing. It's also because people are placing their value on what other people think of them.
Yeah.
Like, oh, am I valuable? I'm valuable because they said so.
Yeah.
Versus I'm valuable because
I'm valuable.
I said so.
Yeah.
And oh, you see my value too? Thank you. You don't see my value? I see my value.
So the theme, the journey, is to make choices that are true to myself without the influence of trying to please others. And on the journey, I may actually do that. It doesn't matter whether I do it or not. What matters is the choices I'm making. I'm actually happy with the choices.
And if you're going to please someone, what about pleasing yourself?
Yeah. Bang! It's the last person I'm trying to fucking please sometimes. Is that, like, it's true. Like,
Just please yourself. Like, oh, do you know what? I fancy a Mighty More right now. Yeah. Do you know what? I want to take my girl out. I want to pamper her. Do you know what? I want to write this piece of writing, or I want to draw this. Do you know what? I want to just sit here and do nothing. You know what? I just want to hug myself. I want to cuddle or take, like, whatever it is. Like, just pleasing yourself. Though,
no, but yeah, I'm clear.
If I don't do those things, then I'm not pleased. You can still have a sense of happiness, and I'm going to do these things because they add, and then sometimes, it's not, it's sometimes you're just in that space where it's just like, I just got to do this just to make myself feel better, and sometimes it really can help from that standpoint. That gives you a bit of a head start sometimes. Just being aware of whether it's going to be detrimental or not. I was listening to I listened to a quick YouTube thing yesterday. Eminem was talking, and he was saying about how, I'm paraphrasing it, but like, for a long time, like, just about his value.
Yeah, and to the same thing I listened to.
Was it titled about dissing Drake?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
It wasn't something to do with that.
It wasn't. Yeah, he didn't really say that. Well, he did, but he said about because of he was feeling so insecure.
He was feeling so insecure that he felt like even though Kanye and they were top of their game.
Yeah.
We watched the same fucking video, actually.
Yeah. I think I watched that yesterday.
Yeah, I think the same. No, was it yesterday? No, I assuming it was the day before.
What's today? Monday? Yeah, no, it was yesterday. Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah, but look, so like Eminem, in terms of like how we would perceive him, someone who's a master at at his craft, and the master has said he didn't feel he could produce any of that stuff for a long time. Or something. Yeah.
And that's how I relate to that so much, man. Like,
or live life in a way. He was even saying about life, like being able to socialize with people.
That was deep. Yeah, that was definitely deep. Because you just rely on something. You think it's a reliable source. Like what I mentioned earlier about the alcohol thing. It's the same. Like I remember feeling that way. Looking back and feeling like there was a moment where I felt like I could not socialize unless I have alcohol in my system. I'm not going to be entertaining unless I have this in my system. Like there's a moment where I actually believed that was the truth. Like how it stemmed from something. Like as a whole, from what I'm learning from this conversation is just to be happy with your choice.
Yes, I remember hearing Abraham say, just make a choice. Just make a decision. You can't get it wrong. You can't get it done.
Yeah.
Make a decision and line up.
If
you line up with it, then I suppose you're going into alignment, aren't you?
Enjoy this, man. Let's do it.
Huh?
Enjoy it. Like,
what'd you say?
No, I'm just gonna do it. I'm just gonna do what there is to do. Things I mentioned today about the insights from the like whatever I did is what I did in it. Done.
Yeah.
I have choices now that I can make. Like clear choices I'm making that I know I'm happy with. Not because of this, not because of that. Just I'm gonna make this choice because, and that's it. Yeah, man.
And Googie.
Thanks for listening.
It's alright, man.
Bare things, just easy, just easy. Yeah, I appreciate it, man. And
Right.
I think that's part 2 done. I think.
Yeah.
Man needs to pack.
Oh, yeah, man. Have a good time.
Yeah, I will, man.
Enjoy it, and like you're gonna receive stuff. Like you're gonna be in a nice, relaxed, calm. You're gonna enjoy it. Be in a place to enjoy yourself. Right, like on a holiday. So you're gonna receive stuff for your journey. Moving forward next.
I definitely believe that. I think remember like Corfu, what happened with us in Corfu?
Yeah.
Like with this place, Granada, I just feel that there's gonna be some architecture and some history there.
Mm.
The click inspire me. And if it does or not, it doesn't matter. Like I know I'm gonna enjoy the experience for what it is.
Yeah.
Finish that experience, I'm going to get a big sheet of paper with things I really want to do and not be too heavy on myself about it. Just enjoy the journey. That's it, man. But yeah, I'm just very clear on how I'd like things to be from now on. Trying to take away from what happened before, because some of those things now don't seem relevant to me anymore or as priorities, but it doesn't mean that they're relevant. The things I just did, and okay, Gravy did it. But yeah, I think the most out of what I was saying before, it was blaming the past self, so to speak.
Yeah.
What was he thinking? Like, but for what that past self for it for, and now I'm thinking, it's so, like the stages of ourselves, like.
All right. What if you had a child and your child was saying this stuff to you? What would you want? Like, you might acknowledge certain things, but you just to them. So there's no different to treating yourself that way as well. I know that's easier said than done, but I'm still learning.
No, we've got to the source of a few of the things have been getting in the way. So I'm looking forward to the next episode where we just take things a step forward.
Yeah.
So yeah, all good, Ash.
Ooh,
I think that is
giggity.
it. Anything else to share for yourself?
Nah, not right now.
Save that for another episode. We've got plenty of time.
Yeah.
57, 57.
I'm just trying to do a lot of inner work, man. That's one of the things. Yes. So like in relation to like this area, I was gonna say this area, it's still my love life.
Yeah.
It's expanded, it's shifted, transformed into a new way, and
exactly.
Like there's just like you remember like when I came back from Corfu and there was some inner work. Even though I might not class it as that, but I was chatting to you about stuff and there was inner work to do.
Yeah.
And with that, and then like, doosh, it's like, okay, here's some inner work around this to do. So yeah. Sometimes sometimes it's not easier as said than done, but I get that that is what that is. And basically it's just up to me, basically.
Exactly.
Because this is an aspect of my life. My life is up to me, so
that's it. That was it. There, like that's it. So we want to be more in control of our choices, the things that we do. We this is our life. Like no one's telling us to do any other things. Like,
I want to be more in not maybe not word control, but that I'll say that for now around my state of being.
Yeah.
Because in some areas, if I just say like if I just take relaxed for example, as one, some areas where I've kind of mastered to a point where like it's gonna really take something for something to make me not be relaxed. But then in another area of my life, it might be quite easy. And it's like practicing that muscle relative to that.
Exactly. Going places, lad.
Basically.
Man, the man's going places. Oh!
What? How did his battery go? Hello?